about power.
That's it. That's it.
But we're not organizing for power. We're dancing around it. We pray about it. We sing about it. Some of us even read about it. The rest of us speak about it. No, nobody's organizing for power. This is our challenge.
That's right.
Beloved Africans. This is our challenge.
That's right.
To begin to organize for power wherever we are. And a lot of times, some of us are very uncomfortable about some things. Like, we're talking of Obama. They just gave imperialism a blackface. That's all they did. They changed the color of imperialism. If you're a painter, you're an artist, you can sketch. You can sketch in red, blue, green, purple, whatever color. So they just sketched it in black. And we bought the dummy. And we're so happy.
Yeah.
Got a black man in the White House. Woo! That's an excellent, visual.
It is.
Black man in the White House. Yeah. I hear people say, now I told my son he can aspire to be whatever he wants. If your son is going to be the emperor of an empire that will murder me and my sons, your son is my enemy.
Yeah, that's right.
And the enemy of my people. If we're not bringing up our sons to be great Africans, to be people who will raise our race, raise us up as a people, elevate us, take us to the next level, then may you have no sons. Let's be clear, this is bottom line. It's not about sentiment. This is it.
Yeah.
Because our people are dying. You see, for me, when I think about these things, what I see, the stake, I see children who die from diarrhea. Little, tiny things that you shouldn't die, who die from stomach ache. Women die at childbirth, die for the most, the pettiest of diseases. Because of neocolonialism, because of imperialism.
Yeah.
We bury our people like you bury insects. That's the stake. That's what I'm talking about. And, Africans on both sides of the Atlantic, or let me even say on all sides of the Atlantic, we're going to have to realize this. Because some of us, especially Africans who live in the so-called developed parts of the world, have developed a certain level of comfort that they want to keep at the expense of the rest.
Oh, yes.
Of the race.
Oh, yes.
And they do this by being on the side of imperialism. This is a painful discussion. It needs to be had. It's about class now. So let's stop talking about it.
Let's do it.
And start doing it. And, I say all this to say just three things from our ancestors. Kwame Nkrumah says, organization determines everything.
That's it.
Not individualism like we have now. A lot of us believe in the Trinity, me, myself, and I. That Trinity does not work. Me, myself, and I, all three of you. It doesn't work. We've got to be part of organizations. We've got to be organized. The other ancestor I want to close with, I said there are three, Nkrumah was the first, was Mbuya Nehanda from Zimbabwe. She was the chief priestess who used to mobilize the people for the Chimurenga. The Chimurenga was their war of liberation. Those were in the days when we used culture and spirituality as a weapon for liberation. Not as a crutch, not as Panadol for headache, but as a weapon for liberation.
Yes.
She would mobilize our people to fight. And that's how they won their first war of liberation. Mbuya Nehanda. You know what the British did to her? They skinned her, like you skin an animal, before, skinned her. But before they finished, or even before they started, she said something to them. And you see, when they do that, they did it in openly,
yes,
with our people all out there. So our people would see, and it would put fear into them that this is what we do to people who stand up.
That's right.
So she said to the people, and she told the British, this civilized, human rights loving British, skinned her like an animal.
Yeah.
She told them, she said, my bones shall rise again. She told them, my bones shall rise again. Her bones will only rise through you and I.
Come on now.
That is the only way her bones will rise. Through us. And that's what she meant. My bones shall rise again. And finally, the eternal words of Marcus Garvey. And there are many of our great ancestors who've left us this powerful legacy for us to utilize, not just to talk about.
That's it.
It says, rise up, you mighty race, for you can accomplish whatever you will. Rise up, you mighty race, for you can accomplish what you will. Thank you so much for your time.
Why does this loom to be such an explosive political year? Because this is the year of politics. This is the year when all of the white politicians are going to come into the Negro community. You never see them until election time. You can't blame them until election time. They're going to come in with false promises. And as they make these false promises, they're going to feed our frustrations. And this will only serve to make matters worse. I'm no politician. I'm not even a student of politics. I'm not a Republican, nor a Democrat, nor an American, and got sense enough to know it. I'm one of the 22 million black victims of the Democrats. One of the 22 million black victims of the Republicans, and one of the 22 million black victims of Americanism. And when I speak, I don't speak as a Democrat or a Republican. I speak as a victim of America's so-called democracy. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it. And I'm not afraid to say it. If you go to jail, so what? If you're black, you were born in jail. If you're black, you were born in jail. In the North as well as the South. Stop talking about the South. As long as you're south of the Canadian border, you're South. Don't call Governor Wallace a Dixie governor. Romney is a Dixie governor. 22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. They see that the whites are so evenly divided that every time they vote, the race is so close they have to go back and count the votes all over again. And which means that any block, any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first, and they put you last. Because you're a chump. A political chump. In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republican. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
Uncle Jam Snap, who talk on Black Power family. What up? It's your brother in Google, now you see RANM. And once again, you're tuned into RANM, RBG TV. And you know we keep it G. Raw and uncut common sense for the common people. Dealing with the common issues in the family, you already know we are trying to seek those common solutions. So here we go. So all in together now, family say nice, loud, and proud. What's the method, the motto, the mantra, motivation, and the madness? You've been walking with me long enough, so family should know this by now that it is black love. And of course, that black love is a cure for the black nation. So let's get it. Alright, so current events. It's pretty much what we're going to deal with today. We're dealing with current events. It's important, it's relevant. Everybody's attentive to it. And when dealing with current events, we're going to talk about this whole election thing, dealing with America. Once again, 3Ks, don't get it twisted. And with that being said, I've come up with the title, discussion, topic of the 3 E's. Emotions. No, I take that back. The 3 E's. Elections, emotions, eradications. I'm saying that one more time. One more time, one more time, one more time. Elections, number 1. Emotions, number 2. Eradications, number 3. Roll it around for about 30, not even 30 seconds, 5 seconds. Roll it around real quick, and we're going back. We're going to talk. 5 seconds, go. All right. So what am I talking about when I'm talking about elections, emotions, and eradications? It's really quite simple. If you're tuned in once again to current events, you should already know that November 8th, last night, they had the official 2016 presidential race and all that stuff, the election, everything that went down. Everybody voted, everybody went out. Well, those that participated. They went out, they did their thing, yada, 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 yada. The numbers came back. They got the results. The results are as follows. Your new president, or those who would like to adhere to that, new president of this country called America. Again, 3Ks, don't get it twisted. There's a guy named Donald Trump. If you don't know his history or whatever, or if you never heard that name, look him up. I'm pretty sure you'll find an illustrious background. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole other topic for another discussion. But at the end of the day, the results were as follows. Like I just said, he became the new president-elect for the country. So now we got a whole bunch of things to look forward to. And me personally, it's business as usual. Politics as usual. Same old, same old, same old. Like I always say about that physics example. Things will continue doing the same old thing over and over and over again until you get an equal or greater oppositional force to oppose it, or repel it, rather. So we're going to keep doing the same old shit, right? Every 4 years. These are the only time that you see these people. Like Brother Malcolm stated one time in his speech, I believe it was the Battle of the Bullet. You only see these people once every 4 years. They only say something towards you or in your direction once every 4 years. Something just enough to get you satisfied. And not for nothing, let's be real. Other people outside of black people, it's easy for them to satisfy black people because we look up to them so well. We look up to them with such esteem and such splendor, etc., etc., etc. Tell me I'm lying. But when it comes to each other, oh, you can't please no Negro. That's for sure. We go, you know how we do. We go to war. But again, another topic for another session. So again, every 4 years, everybody's all antsy and up and hype and gung-ho to go do their patriotic duty to America. Their civic duty to America. Their good old salute to Uncle Sam and yada, 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 yada. You know, the usual tradition. The blind tradition, nonetheless. The following of blind traditions without questioning reality, right? Every 4 years. Get a little feel-good speech. Something might seem good to you. Something may sound good to you. You roll with it. You think it's gold. And 9 times out of 10, all the things that sound like gold or look like gold, that shit don't glitter. It's flakes. It's fake. It's fake. It ain't real. You dig what I'm saying? It's phony. So again, you get swindled. They get elected. They get selected nonetheless. And the reason why I want to say selected, because think about it. The word that they always have is election or elected, right? Add one letter to that one word. Add an S to that word and you get selection. That's what's really going on. But again, they fool us, or those that get caught up in the shit. They fool folks, right? Hit you with the mental swindle, hit you with the mind games, whatever. They cover up the S. Got you thinking it's an election, right? A democracy, right? This is what they always preach. They verbalize this word democracy, right? Democracy, 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 yada, yada, yada. Everybody has their voice. Everybody gets to voice their opinion and what they want, and it's the people's choice and bullshit. Because not for nothing, you won't even find the word democracy or democratic or anything like that in the Constitution. Damn sure not the Pledge of Allegiance that everybody's been doing from pre-K all the way through their goddamn masters, etc., etc., etc. You don't find these words. These words are false within American construct. It ain't real. It's a sound good. It's a feel good type of thing. It makes you feel as if you are part of some shit. But again, family, if you look like me, live like me, walk like me, talk like me, you ain't a part of a damn thing. You're not part of the selection process. Again, they give you the placebo. They give you you having the right to elect somebody. False. Case in point. And a lot of folks, this is why y'all need to really study political science, man. You get caught up in the popularity vote. That don't mean a damn thing. It's the Electoral College that runs the show, fam. And that's a small group. A little small elite group, if you will. I'm going to use that word because I know y'all like to run with certain things. Y'all little conspiracy theorists out there, whatever. It's a small elite group that pretty much runs the show. That sets up the process. That selects who they want. Again, they got you thinking you're electing some shit. Got you thinking that you're a part of some shit. Doing your civic duty. Who you fooling? Gotcha. So again, you just drop that one letter off, drop the S or hide the S, whatever, you make you fool. But it really is a selection process. So again, you really don't have a vote. So again, like I'm saying about the whole, that's why I got sidetracked. The popularity vote versus electoral vote. If you paid attention to what went down during the whole campaign and the whole election process, whatever, on November 8th last night, you would have saw that out of the two contenders, Evil 1 and Evil 2, also known as Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Either or, it doesn't matter. Evil is evil. You dig what I'm saying? Wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, her popularity vote completely outweighed his. Right? Easily. She was beating him by what? Like 100, like someone was like 100,000 votes or something like that. Right? She's crushing him on the popularity vote. But again, it was the Electoral College that really steals the show. Now dig this. If you got all these, I'm gonna just give a random number. If you got 1 million gazillion votes out there, right? Everybody's participating, everybody's doing their part. And you got all these people voting, all these different ballots, 1 million gazillion ballots, right? But the magic number to win an election is only 270. What does that tell you, family? Again, you ain't got no say-so. They're making you think that you do. They're giving you the placebo pill. You swallowed it, you think you're getting cured. You think you're getting healed. But at the end of the day, you're really being fooled. And you're willing to go through this fooling process. You're willing to go through this 4-year embarrassment process. The reason why I say this embarrassment is because we begin to segue into the emotions part. Right? We begin to segue into the emotions. Because now, because the one that you put all of your faith in, all your trust in, all your might in, this is going to be the candidate, the contender, or whatever the case may be, the savior figure. Yeah, because black folks, especially black folks, we have a savior complex. Where others that don't look like us, we're quick to save each other. We're quick to want to be saved by everybody else, right? Easy. But are we willing to save each other? Are we willing to save ourselves? To sustain each other? Nah, not likely. Not likely. That puts in too much work. That requires work, energy, manpower, resources, etc., etc., etc. But if I have somebody else to do it, you dig what I'm saying? I can just sit back and rely on their crumb. Or as Mr. Garvey once told us, any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Your black ass is yet once again enslaved because you are dependent. It's that simple. So okay, emotions. Your contender, your favorite person that you've been wanting to go down with, whatever. And before I even get to that, let me say this. I've had conversations throughout this whole entire process with black people, right? Why are you picking the person that you're picking? It's your choice. Do what you want to do. What makes you want to pick this person? And the biggest thing that we got, the biggest response that I've received, and many others in my team that we received, we got to get her in. We got to get her in just to keep him out. Nothing of policy, nothing of character, anything like that. Anything that's important to run a government, right? None of these things are brought up in conversation. None of these other things are brought up in question to be answered nonetheless. It's a simple fact of, I got to do this, put him in or put her in to keep him out. AKA fear. Desperation. Now, the reason why I say fear and desperation is this. Again, you're scared of this guy because due to the media and all this other stuff or whatever, and not for nothing due to his own damn mouth, because he's slick with it. He's rough with it. To be real, it is what it is. He don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he really wants to say. He just speaks his mind. And that's why his camp rolls with him. He just speaks his mind. Nothing of policy. He's not a politician. No military experience. None of the above. So basically, he's just an average Joe who just happened to have a couple dollars, but does not even know how to run a damn business, let alone run a country. But again, he speaks his mind, folks run with it. Their emotions get caught up in it, just as much as your emotions get caught up with following your contender, right? So again, the popularity vote, that means nothing. That's the part that you partake in. Those that participate within this whole election process and this voting process, whatever. You participate under the popularity vote, again, which means nothing. The magic number to win an election, as you can see, based off last night, is 270 of the Electoral College, not popularity vote. One more time, popularity means nothing. That's what you participate in. Electoral College means everything. You ain't got nothing to do with the selection process, family. Are you getting this shit? So again, once you get the results that you get based on what comes on the TV, and as you can see from waking up this morning, family, as I got up, you see that the new president-elect for America, once again, 3Ks don't get it twisted, is Donald Trump. Republican, yada, 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 yada. Also, to go along with that, along with him taking the president's seat now, the House of Representatives in the hands of the Republicans, the U.S. Senate hands of the Republicans. So now you're dealing with that entire body politic or whatever running the show. Now, not for nothing, I don't really mean to break up the whole Democrats versus Republicans. At the end of the day, they're the same damn entity. They're the same party. They work under the same roof. They have the same agenda. They have different avenues or whatever, how they may go about it. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same. They share notes. They share information. They go off of that. They like to spite each other from time to time. But at the end of the day, they pretty much work for the betterment of themselves, and they got nothing to do with you, the greater the greater people at large. Nothing. So again, your emotions are still caught up in this. You're upset now. You're pissed off. Damn, we did all of this. We campaigned so hard. We voted this and yada 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 yada. I'm let down. My favorite entertainer even went out there on the campaign trail with him. Your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, your Mary J. Blige's, etc., 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 etc. J. Cole, all of them. They was up there doing their thing, and hey, we figured that would be the thing to win this whole shebang bang. Wrong, because again, that's entertainment for you, because they know, give them a little song and dance, they'll shut up for a little bit. They won't even realize what's going on behind the scenes. And again, what's going on behind the scenes? Electoral college, again, something that you have no part of. You're not invited to the party, fam. Dr. Khalid Muhammad, I don't know the quote exactly, so I'm going to paraphrase. He said something about y'all fighting over Democratic Party and Republican Party. But at the end of the day, when the real party's going on, your ass ain't invited to the party. The Electoral College, fam, that's the party that he's talking about. You're not invited to that. You have nothing to do with that. So you can get mad and rant and rave and all this other stuff that you want. But we did this. We voted. We had our voices. And no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You had the placebo pill. You thought you healed yourself, but you didn't. All you really did was hand yourself over to another oppressor in a suit. That's all. That's all. So when that happens, when it takes hold, you can't get mad. The same way you like to always tell the brothers and the sisters who do not participate by way of thinking within this whole process, who don't get down with this false belief. You tell us, oh, you have no right, you can't say nothing, this, that, and the third. Well, let me stop you right there. First and foremost, the word, you said it right there. It's a right. It's not mandatory. So with that being said, I have the option, nonetheless, to participate in something that I feel is going to be to my well-being as well as that of my people. If it's not to my well-being or that of my people, I'm not participating in none of that shit. And you can't even hold that over my head. But if you want to be the one to run around with the veil over your face with the false belief, running into the brick wall every 4 years, running into the brick wall every 4 years, running into the brick wall every 4 years, coming back with the same cries, the same complaints. Why? What happened? We did. Where's our return from our investment? As they go off into the sunset with your vote, your campaign money, your voice that was never heard, etc., 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 never to be seen again for another 4 years. This is where it becomes insanity, fam. You're in denial. Let's call it a spade for a spade. Black people are in denial when it comes to politics. You know why? Because they play the game with emotion instead of intellect. They play the game with emotion instead of seeking the purpose of these so-called candidates that's paraded in front of them. Because we don't want to take the time and look amongst the neighborhood and deal with the brothers and sisters who's very influential on a positive level, put them on a platform or a pedestal or whatever as a representative or a voice for the people. No, we want to keep going along with these same old puppets over and over and over and over again. And the reason why I say puppets is hell. Trump, now that he got the president-elect seat or whatever, he's not going to be able to run no show. Congress runs the show. The Senate runs the show. They run the show. He's just the face. And a dumb face at that. A loudmouth dumb face at that. So best believe, you might as well just go ahead and get shit prepared in your mind mentally for an international, I won't say a showdown. It's a little bit strong to say. But there's going to be some interesting things that's going to be happening basically with other countries interacting with America. One more time. 3Ks, don't get it twisted. Imagery, right? What's the image, the newer image of America going to be that everybody's going to see? Weak, vulnerable, uncontrollable, hostile, about to self-implode, etc., etc., etc. Easy target. That ain't hard to find. Ain't hard to tell. Easy target. We still dealing with the emotions. Again, folks went so hard. Oh yeah, I know what I was saying. You get mad at us for not participating by way of thinking. Talk about we don't vote, we don't have a complaint. We don't vote, we can't say nothing. We don't vote, we don't have a voice. Well, guess what? You did. You did. You did. What are your results? So with that being said, what happened to the vote that you said counted oh so well? What happened to the voice that you heard, that you said they heard you oh so loud and clear? What happened? All the nay-nays and you know, doing the little dances and all that stuff with your favorite contender, that didn't work? It didn't work for you? Yeah, you got to play it again. You know why? Because again, your voice does not count in this arena. You know why? Because it wasn't designed for us in the first place. So again, they give us the placebo pill time and time and time again. We take it, we swallow it whole, pause. And we keep wondering, how come we not getting healed? 4 years, we got to take another pill. Every 4 years, we got to take another pill. What's going on? Everybody else is good. They ain't taking no more pills. Why is us? What's going on? It ain't that hard to tell, fam. It ain't that hard to tell, fam. It ain't that hard to tell, fam. We are addicted to handouts because we are afraid of success. Yeah, I'm going to say it just like that. My mother used to tell me that all the time when I was young because I used to be afraid to put my best foot forward nonetheless or whatever, handle business as a young man growing into my manhood or whatever. I used to do the bare minimum just to get by. And that's what black folks do, whatever, when it comes to politics. We do the bare minimum just to get by. And the bare minimum, one more time, just like Baba Garvey said, is depending upon another race to handle our affairs. At the end of the day, we're getting more and more enslaved. More and more and more and more torment. More and more degradation. So what? You don't see no damn chains around your neck and your feet. Where's your heart at? Where your mind at? Gut check. Wrapped around them. Thinking on them. Pumping for them. Gut check. You dig? So that's pretty much that. I could pretty much go on and on and on about emotions. Oh yeah, well, let me say one more thing about emotions. You saw how much energy and enthusiasm folks had for this whole thing, right? Just imagine if we had that same amount of energy, enthusiasm, and emotion even for each other. Our come up, our sustenance. Just a thought. Let's go on to eradication now, fam. This is the best part of this whole scenario. Eradications. Why am I bringing up this word? Eradication, to get rid of, remove, etc., 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 right? Look at the attitude of black people right now across the entire land. From the time they woke up right now to the end of this night. Oh, spirits is broken. Broken. Heads are down. Shoulders are drooping. Just scooting through life, basically. I saw it, yo, I swear, my eyes almost hurt me today, real talk. Like I said, man, when you were using this one right here, these two will hurt you. And I swear, my heart was almost about to break. My eyes was about to, like, explode on me, real talk, based on the things that I was seeing, man. Black people are literally feeling defeated right now. Again, their favorite contender, their savior, was defeated. And I'm even going to get a little bit religious on y'all, because I know that's the language I understand. You dig? Right now, y'all feeling like this was like some Armageddon type shit. Satan got the win on this one. Tell me I'm bullshitting, fam. Look around. Everybody's getting super Saiyan religious right about now because they feel like these are the end days. These are end times. Fam, we've been dealing with this shit same old for the longest time. This is president number, what, 45? 44 prior to that has been the same thing. Nothing has changed. Again, something will remain in motion at the same constant speed and rate and direction until opposed by an equal or greater oppositional force that alter that speed direction. It's that simple, fam. We've been going at the same rate of speed. We've been going in the same direction. You know why? Because we fail to utilize our thought process. We fail to utilize the energies that we have amongst ourselves, which is each other. You know why? Because we don't recognize each other but the way we recognize everybody else. Again, look at the way folks went so hard for this woman named Clinton. The same woman who obviously folks don't forgot about the 90s, who got brothers and sisters still locked away right now. You feel what I'm saying? Still locked away right now. But we're gonna turn the blind eye to that because we gotta get a woman in the White House. You know what I'm saying? We already got the first black president in the White House, even though he didn't do shit for us. But we got him in there. It looked good. It feels good. Now we gotta do the other part. We gotta get the woman in there. You know why? Because it feels good. Forget the policy. Forget the real politics. Forget the fact that this woman is covert. See, that's the thing that y'all really get twisted on. Y'all look at Trump or whatever, and be like, oh, he's a loudmouth. So he's really, so what? He's loud. She's covert. Same shit. I'm going to say that one more time. He's loud. He's rah-rah. He's childish even. She's covert. She'll smile in your face. She'll do the dances with you. She'll do the 2 steps with you. She'll hang out with you. She'll do whatever with you. Anything that you know that she feels will attract you to get that good old black vote or whatever the case may be, that good old Negro attention, she will do that shit. She'll Millie Rock on anybody's block. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she'll go right back to that Oval Office, come up with a nice little piece of legislation, sign off on that shit, and won't think twice about you. You'll think twice about her. You'll think 3 times about her. 4 times, 5 times. Whoever your favorite contender is, you'll do what they want, which is stress, while they chilling. But they'll see you again another 4 years, and you'll be right there to open them welcome arms. Well, hey, come on back. Let's do this rodeo all over again. This is what we do. Blind following, blind tradition. Same old, same old, same old, because it feels good. It's something to do. Fam, at what point in time are we going to eradicate this shit? Yes, remove it. We got to forcefully remove this type of mentality, man. A defeated mentality, a weak mentality. We have to get rid of this shit, man. There is no way you can sustain a people. Hell, you can't even sustain a single family. And we all know a family is just the smaller version of the nation, which is the bigger version. You can't sustain a family with a defeated mentality. Case in point. Black man, black woman got a black family, got black children, right? They in the house. Let's just say they got 2 kids. Wife's at the home with the children, right? Rent's due. Grocery shopping need to be taken care of. Babies is hungry, etc., etc., etc. The house just need overall upkeep. Father come home, whatever the circumstances, lost a job or got robbed or whatever the case may be, he just ain't got it. He ain't got the funds. They got that last notice, final notice, you know what I'm saying? Hard times right now. And they looking up to him, hey, what we gonna do? Dad, what we gonna do? Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Do you really think his family will sit there and accept him and embrace him the way they genuinely did the first time when he was doing his job as a provider, as a protector and security man? Whatever. Hits him with the, babe, children, I really can't do, this man, this white man or whoever, this person on my job, they really hold me back and yada, 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 and I don't know what to do, and I'm just really defeated right now, and you think that's going to happen? You think that's going to last long? Not a damn chance in hell, fam. They on their way out of there that night. Because they're depending on you to hold it down. You're the rock, you're the foundation, you are a man nonetheless. Or flip it, or you're a woman. Whatever the case may be. You're the adult. You're the parent. You're the one who's holding shit down. So at the end of the day, you cannot hold things down with a defeated type of mentality, man. How can you talk this black upliftment, black power, or whatever terms you want to use, dealing with establishment and sustenance, whatever, the up and up, whatever. How can you think these things with a defeated mentality? Again, what you think, you speak. You speak, you walk is what you're going to pass on. So if you got a defeated thought, you're going to speak in a defeated tone. Thus, you're going to pass on a defeated vibration. Thus, you're going to spread on an entire frequency of defeat amongst the people. Therefore, the people go nowhere before the game was even played. Mr. Garvey also once told us, man, with confidence, you've won before you started. Without confidence, you've lost twice already in the race of life. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But you get what I'm saying. You got to be confident, man. Up here, you mighty race, accomplish what you will. That sounds like confidence, man. That don't sound like defeat. That sounds like somebody who has a purpose, somebody who has a plan, somebody has a strategy of action, ability to handle that action or whatever, and then execute. That's what that sounds like. It doesn't sound like defeat. It doesn't sound like broken spirit. It doesn't sound like weak emotions. It sounds like firm living. Gut check. So basically all I'm saying is this, man. Stand your ass up, man. Stop crying. Because, oh my gosh, man, I don't care where I was at. Walking down the block on the, getting on the train, getting on the bus, scrolling up and down on my phone, on my different social sites or whatever. Just boo-hooing. Boo-hooing. Talking about, I'm on my way to Africa, and this, that, and third. And these are the same people that were shitting on Africa to begin with, shitting on the black nationalists to begin with, this, that, and third, because they were speaking of Africa. Now y'all want to go. Now y'all want to go. Why? Because you're running in fear. You're not going over there to build and establish and run some shit. You're running in fear. And guess what? Africa don't need no empty hand. You understand? So if you're running over there with an empty hand, you're going to run your black ass right back. So you might as well stay here with your foolishness. Because Mr. Garvey also said he ain't planning on taking everybody back because people was too foolish here. That's what's going on right now. You're running around like foolish, star-spangled idiots every 4 years. I'm sorry, I have to call it a spade a spade. There's no need to sugarcoat this shit. This shit is real. At what point in time do you want to stop putting the damn flag around your damn neck and jumping off the damn chair? That's what you're doing, metaphorically speaking. Every 4 years, you're jumping off the chair with the flag around your neck, thinking you're doing something, thinking you're flying. You know, Negro, you're hanging yourself. Gut check. These elections, they have nothing to do with you. Now, they have a lot to do with suppressing your ass on some way. But as far as you having a voice to repel that suppression, that's not going to happen. They're not going to give you that voice, fam. They're not giving you that voice, fam. Think about it, man. Why would they give you a tool that would literally be a part of your liberation? Why would they give you a liberation tool when their whole objective is to keep you under their imperialistic foot, fam? And this is why I keep telling y'all, stop using these words, man. Stop. Y'all know what word I'm talking about? They are not supreme. They are imperialists, fam. And this what's going on right now, this election process, whatever, is an imperialistic maneuver, fam. Because think about it. You think this shit is only affecting here in America. 3Ks don't get it twisted. This has something to do with the globe. The entire world just watched this shit. And again, they see what's going on right now. They see the vulnerability. They see the weakness. They see the open loopholes and all that shit. They see everything, fam. They just waiting for the right moment to strike, fam. You dig? This place is crumbling from within. And it does not help that we have a loudmouth, childish tyrant now about to take the throne, if you will. And then you got black folks now talking about some, oh, all right, man, come on, man, let's do this. We got to unify. We got to do this unity thing, man. You got to do this. Who the hell you fooling? You wasn't genuinely thinking about this to begin with. You know why? Because you live like how the sister said in the very beginning. You live according to the Trinity of I. Me, myself, and I. You are a selfish person mentally. Your speech is selfish. Your walk is selfish. You pass that shit around. You breed more and more selfish living. Ain't nobody, y'all fooling yourselves. Again, y'all doing this thing out of fear and desperation. If you genuinely want to come up, you would have tried to come up a long time ago. Granted, we still got the time to do it. I'm not trying to say scare folks away from it. But again, really think about this shit, man. When a brother or a sister comes to you trying to hit you with the, come on, fam, let's do what we got to do for our upkeep and our sustenance in our establishment, you laugh at them, you shun them, you dismiss them. When this crazy Wazungu and friends come up on the place, no, yo, we got to do it. That's what it took. That's what it took. Again, always dancing to the beat of somebody else's tune, fam. You got to think for yourself, man. You got to think for yourself, man. Stop being played by these damn games, man. These politicians are like little kids that play the PlayStation and the Xbox, man. You dig? They playing you like games, man. Stop being played. Please, stop being played. Stop being played. Stop being played. Because at the end of the day, you're going to lose every time. You don't have the keys to their rule book, fam. This is why you need to come up with your own goddamn rule book and play by your own rules according to your wants, needs, and demands. Gut check. So yes, elections, emotions, and eradications. It's time to get rid of that shit, man. It's time to get rid of that mentality. It's time to man up, woman up, and stand up. Because again, we got children looking at us from behind, fan pause. They watching how y'all carrying yourselves right now. Y'all are, again, boo-hooing, having all-out temper tantrums because your favorite Hillary didn't get in because she could dance with you. Again, man, you want to play the election game? I will say this. For those who do like to partake in this joint, do it on a local level. Now, me personally, I just don't see it. I don't trust any of these dudes, man. I don't. So I'm not going to go participate and give myself willingly to the slaughter of that of which I do not trust. That's not smart. But again, that's just me personally. But if you want to play that game, at least do it on a local level. Something that at least you can see. Something that's right in your face. Since you don't want to do it your damn self. If you want to, give it to somebody else, do it on a local level. Cool, whatever. Yeah. That's pretty much it, man. Elections, emotions, Eradications, man. Get rid of that shit, man. Questions, comments, concerns. You know what to do. Comment box. Thank you for walking with me the way I walk with you. You know how we do. It's your brother and good one. I used to RANM. You can tune in to RANM RBG TV family. We keep it G. Damn, I didn't even realize it's like 30 minutes. I didn't mean to go this long, but hey, this is something that need to be said because again, if you look at the temperature of the times right now, mind you, this is only the first 24 hours. The damn term didn't even start yet. It's November 9th, and y'all are flipping out the very next day like that. Y'all are defeated like that. Y'all can't, like, come on. Where your heart at? Where your heart at, man? Where your heart at, people? So again, I'm gonna end it on that one, man, right there, man. Keep it locked, keep it G, man. This is RANM RBG TV, man. Uncle Johnson, who talk on Black Power, man. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Think smart, speak smart, walk smarter, man. Pass that smartness on, man. And if not, man, you gonna sink, man. And it's either sink or swim, man. What you gonna do? Where your heart at? In a minute. Peace, man. Real quick, something I forgot. Again, elections, emotions, eradications, right? We gotta go back to the emotions real quick. Again, like I said, everybody's twisted and hyping and just not thinking rationally, right? Here's a key example of that irrational thinking. This phrase right here, everybody's heard this one before. Some of y'all might even said it yourselves. Our ancestors died for the right to vote. Stop right there. Stop lying on the Agoon. Stop lying on the Agoon. Again, stop lying on the Agoon. Stop lying on the ancestors. They did not just die for the right to vote. Let's be real. They were killed in the chasing of false beliefs and false promises. That's what really happened. They tried to make reality of a false belief. You dig? Act on it. So on and so on and so on. So let's be real. We have to stop romanticizing things, man. Things just happen. No. Things don't just happen. Stop lying. Tell the truth. Because at the end of the day, if you got, like I said, we got children behind us. Tell them the real deal. You may not want to believe truth for what it is. That's on you. You're free to have that right. It's your option. Don't mislead these children, man. Show them the real deal. That way it gives them a sense of purpose. You understand? A sense of reality. A sense of righting the wrongs, if you will. So that's something I just wanted to throw that in there. I just realized it. That I did leave that part out, so I had to come back and throw that in there, man. Stop lying on the ancestors. Period, point blank. Stop lying on the ancestors. They did not die. They were killed. They were murdered. They were tortured. Violated. Etc. Etc. So in the meantime, between keep it locked, keep it G, man. RANM RBG TV, man. It's brother and Google Nikes, RANM. I just had to come back real quick and throw that in there, man. So, till the next time, man. On and on. Think. Speak, pass it on. I holla.